Happy early Valentine's Day, lovers.
Ooh.
Today's show is packed with love as we'll share some stories of our first crushes.
Oh, my God.
We're going to play some Valentine's Day trivia.
Okay.
And I have a very special guest stopping by to give advice for some of your love conundrums. Okay? Hi, everybody. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Ryan, and it's the Love Pod. It's a little old pod where we can talk together about love.
About love. Welcome to the Funhaus Podcast. Rick's here. Say hi, Rick.
What's up, y'all?
You might know him from the Rick cast, the last episode.
Yeah, you
You
might
get to know him very
know
well
him
and
a little bit.
intimately. We have other guests stopping by this time, so I'm excited.
Yeah, so we have a couple people going to come through and share some stories with us of their love crushes. But I want
Their
to
love crushes.
their first crushes, their first love crush. Could be like a non-love, like a platonic crush too, I guess. Like maybe that's just making a friend, isn't it?
Sure. Well, when your first love crushes, as you call them, you know, it's kind of
Love crush.
all vague and stuff. I didn't really know what was happening when it was like 5th grade, 6th grade.
Okay, well, yeah, tell me about
We
it.
don't have to get into it. I feel like I don't know. I
No,
can't,
that's the first.
a gentleman
you're-
doesn't kiss and tell about their
Did
5th
you
grade.
kiss your first crush?
No.
Oh, so then you're
That
fine.
was years later.
You're good.
Well, it's an expression, Lindsay.
How?
You know?
What was her name? You don't have to say it real.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. We can't. there's privacy issues involved.
Like 20, 30 years ago.
I
right?
know. Yeah. How old do you think I am? You motherfucker.
Okay, so yeah, you don't have to say her name, but tell us about
I just
her.
remember being really confused because it was like
You were in 5th grade?
I'm in like 5th grade, and everyone's getting girlfriends and stuff, and I'm like, what are we doing here? You know, like
It was the first time that you're like, oh, I think I understand what it means to like a girl.
Well, no, I like I'm saying, it was confusing to me. Like, I'm like, what does this mean? You know, they're like, yeah, I'm dating this girl right now. I'm like, well, what does that mean? You know,
Oh, okay.
like you know, we're in fourth
Nobody
and
knows
5th grade.
when you're 11. Nobody knows what it means.
Right. You
Yeah.
know, yeah, no one knew. No one could explain it to me, but yeah.
Okay, so you did.
I
That's
still
all that
partook at some point.
you made her your first crush your girlfriend, or you said you were
No,
dating.
at some point I'm like, ooh, I like beep, and then they were like, ooh, I'm gonna go tell her. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then they did, and then she was like, oh, I like you too.
Oh, really?
And then we were a couple, and from then on,
Oh, well, it worked out.
until she broke up with me for my best friend, that
Oh my
motherfucker. And I will say his name, John. Fuck you.
Oh my God! You know what's crazy, right? Okay, so do you want to hear
But
my?
he's still my friend to this day. We just hung out in Vegas.
Do you
so
wanna
I
hear
could-
my
I
story?
feel like I could say that too. What's up?
When I was in 4th grade, I had a big crush, okay? We were like best buds and had a huge crush. And then I moved schools. And then like a year later, I stayed in touch with him. Like, oh yeah, hey, like I think I had his phone number. This is a weird. I'm like, as if I'm texting in fucking 1998. No,
Uh-huh.
I'm not texting. But I had his house phone number, so I would call him sometimes and talk on the phone. Also, then when we had emails, we would exchange emails. And then, so anyways, when I was in 8th grade, he told me his family was moving to my school district. So then he moved, and we went to school together again. And then I was like, oh, yeah, I kind of like you. He's like, I kind of like you too. So then we dated for like 6, 7 months.
Okay, I'm
He was
following
my
this.
first boyfriend, first kiss. That's it. We were 13, 14. And then that summer, he broke up with me because he liked my best friend.
The fuck? is
Yeah,
wrong
and then
with
they
that?
did for 4 years.
4
But
years.
she's still my best friend to this day because we just moved past it because
What-
we just cool like that.
And what grade did you say this all started in?
4th grade.
So from 4th to 8th grade, they were together.
No, from 4th grade, I moved school district. Then when he
Uh-huh.
moved to my school district in 8th grade, then we dated for 7 months. He was my first boyfriend, all that stuff. First crush. At 14, you go, I'm going to marry you one day. Like, okay, yeah. Anyways, in 8th grade or like in 9th grade, then they started dating. So they dated all throughout high school.
Okay. there you
Anyways,
go.
she's my best friend still. Love her. She's great. But isn't that crazy?
that happened to both of us.
That happened to
What does
both
that
of
say
us.
about us?
Yeah. Do you have any, Rick? Do you have any first crush story? It's not the girl at the field, is it?
No, it's not the girl at the field. I think my first crush was in 2nd grade to a Italian girl named Francesca. And that's pretty much all I remember is that me liking her in 2nd grade and like nothing ever fizzled out of it. But That was pretty much my first memory of like liking someone.
Nothing ever came of that.
Yeah.
we were 10.
Yeah, first crush. And then that's all that you remember? You don't know, you didn't talk to her, nothing came of it?
Yeah, no, nothing really came up of it. I mean, we were in second grade. How old were we in
I
second
don't know,
grade?
like some people have their first kiss, like peck on the
8 years
cheek or
old?
something. Yeah.
Nah. I mean, there was, okay, so I didn't do it, but we were sitting together on the bus ride home from Camp High Hill. I don't know if you guys had like some sort of like science nature camp you guys did in second grade, but over here in Southern California, well, at least in my school district, we had something called Camp High Hill. And we were coming back and like, I remember sitting next to her and her lips were like really glossy. And I was like, I should just kiss them right now. But I didn't. I didn't do that. I wasn't a creep back then in
I
second
should
grade.
kiss her glossy lips.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
old?
I don't know. Second grade. How old was I in second grade?
8?
Is that 8?
Like 7 or 8? Yeah.
Well, I've also invited a few of our other friends and colleagues to come tell us their first crush stories in honor of this pre-Valentine's Day podcast. Everybody, Jacob Fullerton, freshly engaged, a new fiance. Welcome to the Love Cast.
I did
Love
it.
Cast, Love Pod.
I
Did
was
it.
successful at love stuff eventually.
You did it. It finally worked out for you. Not that it ever wasn't working, because you guys have been together for a long time. However,
long time.
we're not here to talk about the love of your life now. I want to know about the first love of your life, and not
love of my
Destiny,
life.
and not Halo.
Damn it.
Well,
The
who-
list is getting short.
we would just want to hear about your first crush.
First
The elementary crush.
Ooh, that's tough to remember. I remember my first date. I don't know if I remember my first crush in elementary school and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah. Nah, I'd have to really think.
He's
way
like
back.
50 years old, you know.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true. Yeah. But I do remember my first date, which was September 2009. And I know I was in high school.
Okay.
That's crazy. I was living here in LA in 2009.
Wait, was it 2000? No. Yeah, no, what was 2009? No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't 2009. It wasn't 2009 because that was the year before I graduated, and I've been on many dates since then. I was mixing up the nines because I remember it was September 9th, 2000 something else.
6 maybe.
It was I was a freshman in high school, and I remember the date because we went to go see the movie 9, the Tim Burton one.
Oh, yeah.
Came out on September 9th.
The cartoon movie.
Yeah, the one with Elijah Wood. And
Yeah.
they're like little potato sack people.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a
stuff.
cool movie.
And it was really awkward. And I remember having really sweaty hands, and we were holding hands, so I'm sure she was very conscious of that.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. There's nothing else after that. It was really awkward.
Do you remember what was your first date?
First movie date was seeing Black Knight with Martin Lawrence. It was like a double date.
That was your
know?
first date as well? Was a movie? Like
Well,
first
it
date
was
you
like
ever went on?
my parents finally allowed me to get dropped off at the movies with a
Yeah.
bunch of girls
Yep,
and
yep,
guys,
yep.
but I
Yeah.
didn't say, "Ooh, I'm dating," you know.
No, I know
That's right.
exactly this situation that you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, well, this is our date, you know.
Yeah.
And but then it's just as long as the movie because your parents
Mhm.
are picking you up right at the end of
Yeah.
it. It's not like, you know. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Who
that was it.
poisoned our child brains to think that movies were a good date idea?
Well, it's a classic, like, cliche.
Yeah, but it's
Like
like,
a trope.
bad. It's
Well,
not good. Like,
it-
because he's just sitting in silence the whole time.
In a way, though, for a young first date, it is kind of good because it's like a lot of no pressures on you. You don't have to come up with
Yeah.
cool things to talk about, like and you're kind of there. And everyone likes movies theoretically.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
know?
I was the opposite problem. In my head, I was like, what do I do? What
You
do I
watch
do?
the
We're
movie, you
just
sit in
sitting here the
silence,
dark.
and you watch the movie,
Then what? Then we go home?
and then hopefully. Your hands touch, and you're like, "Ooh, what do we do?"
Yeah.
And then, we're holding hands all of a sudden. Wow!
In the
And
movie
then, oh
theater.
wow, their heads on your shoulder. Oh wow, this
Head
movie's
on
a little
shoulder.
boring.
I
Oh,
didn't get that
cool.
far.
You know, you never got the head on the shoulder.
No,
that's
I
like
only got-
second base for
I
a
only
movie
got
date
hand
when
and
you're
sweaty
in fifth
hand.
grade.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because what else would you do? Maybe go to the arcade or something.
Something like that. I had no clue.
Go to the mall.
I'd only ever
The
talked
mall
to
was
this
a
person.
big one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go to the mall.
Go to the Wolf Chase Galleria in Cordova, Tennessee.
That would have been a better
Fairfield
idea.
Commons.
All I did was I think all I had done with this person was talk on AIM a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go. That
Oh, yeah.
AIM was
That was a
the
big
town
one.
square
Yeah.
of the young
I
young
discovered
dating scene.
It was much easier to talk on AIM. As soon as we were in person, I was like,
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. When that was like first started using emojis, it would be kissy face, kiss from me to you.
I wouldn't. I was brave enough.
KYFMTY. That was
KYFMTY.
kiss from me to you.
Oh.
Oh.
Did you write notes and fold them into the square?
Write notes and fold them
Yeah,
into
you know
the
when
square.
you would pass notes?
I would
Like,
get,
I'm assuming you would have done this maybe with girls.
I would get notes in folded squares, but I would just fold mine normally because I don't know how to. I'm not a good origami man.
I got a lot of just, normal folded notes from guys. But me and my girlfriends would fold them into squares and then, like, I wish I need a piece of paper because I'll fold a note right now. But
It's all. I'm trying to think back now. I think it's coming back to me a little bit. But like any first crushes I had, there was still nothing that came of it. Like not really any interaction. Mostly just.
Well, that's how it's
knowing in
supposed
my
to be.
head, Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about it. Hoping that maybe we sit next to each other when we get lined up in the classroom or something.
Uh-huh.
I remember those feelings.
For us, the big indicator was that's who you sit next to at lunch.
Yes, that's what you want.
That
to
it's
sit
like,
to
oh,
at lunch.
right, yeah.
I was too awkward for that.
and this is middle school.
Middle school, right.
school.
Middle school, I was in the library.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Reading the Star Wars, like, or
Cantina
whatever.
Chronicles.
Yes. Yes. I mean, you're not far off at all. I was in the library, just like reading nerd books.
That's okay.
I know. It wasn't until much later that I became a much more competent romantic.
Yeah. In 8th grade, you're like, look at my Legos. And as a engaged man, you're like, babe, can I show you my Gundams?
Yeah, she says no.
No, I don't want to see them.
This is what I love how this is like the love podcast and all of our conversations about us going on dates when we're like 9 and 12 years old.
Well, that's
know.
because that's this segment. It's
I
our
know.
first
I
crushes.
know.
Our
First crushes.
Yeah. Okay.
I wish I could remember more. It's just like I was very incompetent when it came to romance for a really, really long time.
That's a natural human
And at
thing,
that
Jacob.
age, it's like
okay.
nobody's fucking, suave.
Yeah, I mean, I saw people. I thought they were suave. I'm like, how do
Fabio.
they do it? I want to try to do that, but nah, I didn't have it in me.
Misplaced confidence.
Yeah,
I think that's it. I think when I was like a senior in high school.
And that's
I
what
started-
John had. Fuck you, John. It's just,
I was gonna fold a note and then we'll bring in another guest to tell us about their first crushes. But first, for audio listeners, also I'm getting a phone call probably from spam. I'm folding a note right now. This is what we would do. We'd pass notes. Also, the
Oh, I
frickin'
remember this.
school Valentines. I hated because then I wouldn't get Valentines from like the
With
boys.
the school Valentine's, it's like you have the shoebox, right? That was all decorated with stuff. You just
Yeah.
gave everybody a Valentine.
Do you not fold your notes? Like
yeah.
that?
No, I never did, but
I've seen this.
This is very impressive, actually.
Yeah.
It's
though.
like a square
You
with
immediately
like
did.
triangular folds in it and stuff.
It stays with you forever.
Yeah. It's
Wow.
like the S, like that S, with all the lines.
Yeah.
It's just like that.
And
That
I
was
could-
my version of passing
And we would
notes.
make the cootie catchers too. But that doesn't have anything to do with love or Valentine's Day. But
Yeah.
Jacob, thank you so much for sharing your
You're
story.
welcome.
And
Thanks for coming.
proud and happy engaged man now.
Yeah, we just
So,
partied. We just had a little engagement party, and it was
Yeah.
great.
It was great. It was
I got
full
really
of love.
drunk.
I have
You
some
got
video.
some great gifts.
I have some
Yeah.
videos of it too.
Yeah, Ryan. Before I go, Ryan went to the gas station or something.
It
Got
was
us
the super bargain
it
store down the
looks
street
like
from your house.
the Beauty and the Beast rose and that little domed glass thing.
You got
just
them
walked in
junk.
with that.
No, I didn't.
I love it.
It was Tara made it the centerpiece.
It's the only flower
Uh,
that isn't gonna die. Of the ones that
Yeah,
we
it's not
got.
gonna die.
That's
It
the
looks
point.
beautiful.
Just like
it's
my
a symbol
love.
of their
Just
love.
like
Thank
my
you
for
very
having me.
much. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
coming.
Jacob. You can tell our next guest. Come on in.
Welcome, James Willems,
Welcome,
to
James
the Love
Willem,
Pod.
to the Love Pod, the Love Cast.
Music or whatever.
Oh yeah.
No, Ryan
We're
needs to
playing
make
this.
it. What have you been?
again.
What have you been doing, Ryan?
I've been lazy.
So, James, thanks for joining us on the Love
Happy
Podcast.
Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day is coming up, and this is our little segment that we're doing where we are sharing stories about our very first crushes and how it went.
Okay.
Tell us about your first crush.
First crush.
And how old you were.
Well, it was always like a routine for me that like there would be like a girl that I had a crush on every year, and it would like the next grade it would
You
change.
had a routine crush?
Yeah, it doesn't mean that any of it was reciprocated. It just means
New
that
year,
it
new
was a
girl.
thing. I had a friend in like preschool
Mm,
who her name was Beth, And
he said her name. He didn't want to say the name of his
Well,
first
it's
crush.
fine.
I mean, preschool. I don't. Who
I
cares?
know. I don't know.
I mean, my first crush was when I was like 33. Then
I'm
maybe I'd be
protecting
like,
them.
she might be watching. But no, yeah, Beth. But the thing is, there's mostly something I was told. I barely remember it because my parents were like, "Oh, when I went to go pick you up, you and Beth were running around, and the teacher told me that you and Beth would you'd run to one room to get a toy, and she'd chase after you, and then she'd leave, and you and Beth were always together." So it's that, I guess you would say that was my first crush, but I don't really remember any aspects of it. She and I would eventually continue going to middle school and then high school together, but
Nothing
weren't really even friends. We were just
What-
like, oh
well-
yeah, we knew each other from preschool.
What's the first crush that you remember then? Middle school?
Oh, my
Elementary?
first crush that I remember was a crush that I had on in a movie.
Oh.
Two of them. I'll give you two.
Okay.
One's just silly, and the other one is kind of saucy, I guess.
Oh.
Phoebe Cates, Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
No, I was too young. That wasn't time.
I'm
Monkey
trying
Trouble.
I'm trying to age you.
Monkey Trouble.
Oh, the
film
girl-
Monkey Trouble.
the
The
girl-
girl from Monkey Trouble.
Yeah,
I
that
don't
movie
know.
rocks.
I don't
And what's her name? Because she went on to be in American Beauty and
Thora Birch?
yeah, Thora
Yes.
Birch.
Now and then.
Yeah. So Thora Birch in Monkey Trouble, but not her. This is weird. The weird part.
Mhm.
Not really her as much from the movie.
Yeah.
There was this one newspaper ad that was promoting the movie that was a picture of her and the monkey, and that particular picture, I was like, that is the hottest girl I've ever seen, or whatever.
She had the backwards hat.
Yeah, yeah.
and the striped
Oh,
shirt with
Hocus
overalls.
Pocus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus, which
Yeah.
I did not watch as a child, but yeah. So it's just something about that, that you're looking at pictures, something like that, that. I was like, oh, that's a really cute girl.
This is a picture of her with her eyes all big, looking over at the
But
monkey.
she's got the backwards cap on.
backwards
too.
cap.
Because
Mhm.
that meant that she was probably more fun, and we probably have more fun together. To me as a kid. But then my other funny one though was I don't even.
That's
remember.
not the funny one.
No. That's the normal
That's
one because
okay.
kids have crushes, whatever.
This Dunstan
Yeah.
checks in.
The weird. I also had a crush on Dunstan.
I had one on Amanda Bynes from all that and stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh,
I was
of course.
I was too old for that.
Well,
Too
I'm
young
just
for
a
Fast
young
Time,
dude.
too old for Amanda Bynes.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, I would always have crushes on adults,
Okay.
or teenagers,
Sure.
like Kimberly from the Power Rangers or whatever.
Mhm.
Who's,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
whatever, 10 or 12 years older than me.
Yeah.
So I never was oh yeah, I'm the kids that are in these movies. I'm oh, that kid is so cute. I never really did that. Only older women. But then I have another one where I don't even remember. I don't even know what it was, but there was some sort of religious book we had in our household that had stories, not necessarily from the Bible, but about saints
Okay.
and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And there was this woman who's a saint, and her whole thing was she had lambs. Maybe you can Google her, but she was a saint, and whatever her story is about sainthood was related to lambs and having lambs.
Okay.
Looking
Of course, there's the Lamb of God or whatever, but
Saint Flame.
but yeah, she was a saint, and then there was a drawing of her, an almost photorealistic drawing, because who knows what she actually looked like, of her in this book, and I was like, she's banging, I was kid banging or whatever.
Saint Agnes, she's got a lot of lambs. I'm looking at pictures of
Maybe
lambs.
is she notorious
Well, that just
for
looks like
always
Jesus.
being with a lamb? I mean,
Well,
none
yeah,
of these.
she's
It's
got-
none of the. It wasn't like a Renaissance style drawing though. It was
I
this
gotcha.
weird, more modern take on her, and it was just her sitting in a field. And it was just one image, you know how a chapter would have
Yeah.
a drawing at the beginning, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
there would be nothing else.
Uh-huh.
There's one, and I was like, I'm gonna hold on to this book. And I never read. I never read about her really, but I was like, I'm very interested in this saint
Your
here.
parents are like, James is so faithful.
Yeah.
They're religious.
Yeah,
He
which
just
they wouldn't have
carries
given a
around
shit
that
about.
book.
Yeah.
Carries around this
Yeah.
saint book.
Everywhere he goes, he brings that book.
Wow.
So yeah, those are that I'm aware of. But I mean, yeah, growing up, I would be it's second grade. Oh, that's my second grade crush. Or third grade. There's my third
Wow.
grade crush. Yeah.
Interesting.
I had a few during the course of the year, each year. It was oh, that guy doesn't like me? Okay, what about this one?
Mm-hmm.
No, none of them? Okay.
Have anyone ever managed to like have a crush and then like actually have a relationship with that crush?
Yeah, that's what my story that I told him earlier. But I was in 4th grade and I had a crush, and then we moved school districts, and then he moved to my school district, and then 8th grade he came to my school again, and then I was like, I like you. He's like, you like me, and then we dated for 6 months. First relationship, first boyfriend, first kiss, and then he broke up with me that summer, and then he dated my best friend in the next
Son
year.
of a bitch.
Yeah.
What an asshole. What an asshole.
Anyways, I was like 13.
Yeah.
Um,
Never recovered.
But yeah, I also had like the movie crushes and stuff.
Yeah,
So that's our first crushes segment. But also, James, I heard that you had something that you wanted to talk about.
I wanted to specifically come on this podcast, not just to talk about my awesome crushes, but Ryan, something happened to
James?
you last week,
Oh yes.
and I want to talk about it.
Yes.
So
told me
maybe
this.
you tell the story about what just transpired, and then we can get into the.
This
minutiae.
isn't that big of a deal, but what happened is that I think what you're referring to is that I chugged a third of a gallon of expired milk and got sick last week.
You were supposed to do a recording, and then in the morning you said you weren't going to come in because you weren't feeling well. And then,
well,
and then it was
now
like,
that
"Oh, are
I
you
do
sick?"
feel bad about. You
No,
know,
I mean you should. You shouldn't have come in. If you didn't
well,
feel well.
I probably could have come in. You know, I just would have felt like shit. You know,
Yeah.
but it was just like, Jacob, can you please not make me come in for the roller skating? You know,
Yeah,
video?
but that's the thing. Like we're trying to be conscious about that here, right? Like if someone doesn't feel well, we don't guilt anyone into coming in.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
should stay home
right
and
yeah.
recover. And you were like, I don't feel well, but then you added the caveat
Yes.
that, but it's not. I didn't catch anything.
I didn't care. Yeah, I knew what
Yeah.
had happened to me.
Yeah.
You know, because it happened immediately. But what you have to know is that I'm a fast drinker. And if I am all of a sudden thirsty or something, and I'm really thirsty, I will just take whatever I'm about to drink. And then like this water, I would just chug it probably in 6 or 7 or 8 gulps, but like right after.
Yeah.
And so I had this milk, and you know, when it was like, oh, I'm thirsty, I want a lot of this milk, and then I just go. I got probably 10 glugs down before I started to realize that it was
finally touched your
it
tongue.
finally touched my tummy and was like, oh, this is like sour and weird tasting. And I immediately was like, oh, and I looked, and it was it was like January 19th was the. I thought expired date. You know, James is saying it might be the sell-by date, but this was like February 3rd or something like that, you know, or 2nd.
Yeah. So Ryan tells this story,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, of course, if anyone's going to drink 2/3 of a gallon of expired milk, it'll be Ryan and make himself sick.
It seemed like it had been way more recently that I bought the milk, you know, but I guess not. Time.
But
got away
we
from
were
me.
talking this weekend. Ryan and I were talking this weekend.
Oh, about
And I have thoughts. I have thoughts on the matter.
Yes, you gave me your
that
thoughts.
I think should make us a little bit less judgmental of Ryan in this situation.
in this situation.
Because I, despite my well put together outward appearance, think that I'm not a hardliner on sell-by dates, right?
That's right. yeah.
Reduced meats, right? You see that reduced chicken? I'm grabbing that. Like that's going to be good. And I also think that sometimes people think that as soon as it hit that date, it means that it's not good anymore. And that's not always the case for all foods. Generally is the sell-by date, it's the last reasonable time that the store should be selling it to you. Because it's slowly going to diminish in quality, right? We talked about the quality peaking, and so I'm fine if it's going to be some garbanzo beans that how I missed the curve. That's fine. I don't need to eat garbanzo beans at the perfect time while the eclipse is coming in,
Sure.
right? I'll eat them on the bottom curve. They'll just be 75% as good as the regular garbanzo beans.
Right.
I'm okay with that. I assume you are as well.
I'm not a big garbanzo bean guy, but I get your point. Yeah.
Anything, yeah. So I was like, well, how long had it been that was the case? And so you said it was like the 19th, and this happened, what,
About 2 weeks after.
2 weeks? Wasn't it like the end of January? It was like kind of
No, it was the
last
beginning of
week.
February. Well,
Beginning of February, so like 10, let's say 10 to 12
at least,
days.
yeah, about at least 12 days.
At least 12 days, okay? But it was sealed. You had to open it
It was unopened milk that was.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay, well, that's what you told me on Saturday. That changes things.
No. Okay, I must have misunderstood you.
Okay.
Yeah, no, there was at least a couple sips of this. Taken.
Okay, well, that changes things. Now
Okay.
I'm not on your side anymore.
Okay, shit.
'Cause when we were
What?
talking about it this weekend, I was like, that still seems like a really short amount of time for the milk to get soured, like to curdle and like sour and just go real genuinely bad.
Well, but isn't your thesis still maybe hold up? Like
Less so.
because you were saying that his hypothesis was that someone had left the door open.
I said, did anyone? Yeah, is there any point where it like stopped being refrigerated? Like, was the milk left out at some point so that way it could potentially expire faster?
It had definitely been in the refrigerator.
But he said it was in the refrigerator the whole time. And at this point, I was under the impression that it had been sealed because I was like, were you the first person to open it and drink it? And I thought you told me you were.
Well, I was, but I mean, I'm the only person to drink it, but I thought you meant just, am I the only one that's ever handled this milk?
Okay, so
And
you
that
had
is
it
true.
before it went bad.
Yeah.
You had sips before it
I'd
went
had
bad.
a couple, like a sip or two.
And it was fine.
And it was fine.
Okay, well, that completely ruins everything.
I mean, all of this
shit.
is
I'm
moot.
sorry, James.
All of it's moot because what kind of psycho goes, I'm parched? Let me chug milk.
Well, that I
Me? Milk is good. We've had this conversation a million times. Me and Elise are pro milk. It never gets old as a drink.
They
Is
are
she
pro
going
milk.
to chug milk?
She probably doesn't
I don't
chug
know
milk.
that she wants to chug milk.
I love it.
She
Hey,
would
I
drink
chug the
you
milk.
like milk. Why are you going to chug milk?
I just like drinking as fast as possible. It just feels good when it goes down your throat, you know?
As we were discussing this on Saturday, Ryan also explained that he didn't get the milk from a grocery store. He got it from a 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
And
Does that change it?
I said, well, like that's not that the 7-Eleven is going to be necessarily worse, but how is the 7-Eleven? And you said in the past you have definitely gotten things expired from the 7-Eleven that shouldn't have been.
That is true. I kind of forgot about that element.
Like
yeah.
stale things. And
Well,
stuff.
I got a Cobb salad that was definitely fucked up, and I went back and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't usually complain about stuff like this, but this Cobb salad was, messed up. And they go, oh yeah, that happened to a couple of, like we understand because this has happened before, kind of thing. That was their attitude. Like, okay, that refrigerator is clearly
So
fucked.
that's what I said. I bet that they had a carton of milk or something, didn't make its way into the refrigerator in time, and they're like, it's sealed. And then they see Ryan walking in, they push it to the front of the
Yeah.
thing. He walks, grabs a lukewarm thing that's just been sitting unrefrigerated for days, and goes, oh, this will be fine as long as I drink this within the next month. It turns out that's not the case. I had a theory that his milk was bad before he ever got his hands on it. Just sitting in a 7-Eleven.
It might have, yeah.
But
it
he's
might
now
have.
saying that he had sips from it beforehand and it didn't taste bad.
Also,
so that
did it
doesn't-
not smell? You didn't smell it?
Well, I don't have a very good sense of smell, like ever. I have terrible like allergies and stuff. I
Right.
haven't smelled since like I was 9 years old. That's an exaggeration,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
not very well.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
I get it. Well, related to that, but kind of unrelated to that. Ryan came over for my football party that I had a week or so
Hell yeah.
ago. Brought a bunch
Who
of
dey?
drinks and a bag of food.
How'd that go?
The game we lost, it sucked. But anyways, so a couple, like 5 days later, I got home from work and Cameron had gone to the store and I'm going through his bags. And I'm going through this one bag, and I'm like, why does it smell like trash? Why is it stinky? Why are these big Aquafina bottles in it? Why is it a bunch of stuff? He's like, oh, no, that's not ours. That's Ryan's bag of trash that he left here.
What? Is that true?
Yes. I'm like, what is this?
What
And I'm
the
picking
fuck?
up. I'm just like going through this bag of trash, and I'm like, what? He's like, oh, that's Ryan's bag of trash. He left it here.
Did you bring
So
a bag of trash?
So just two notes about that. One, Rick drank all of your water from one of your unopened water bottles.
Yeah, I took the sealed one.
Yeah,
I
you
was
can
thirsty.
Venmo me for that. Thank you.
And I used the one that you opened, had 2 sips of to water all my plants.
Okay.
They appreciate that.
The plants
and
are
your like
dying.
kombucha or whatever is in my fridge.
Oh, I forgot about that. That strawberry lemonade kombucha
Anyways.
stuff. Yeah.
Is it opened? Did you have some of it?
That
kombucha
that
already?
actually was a fun. This is actually kind of related. Like I basically just brought like a bag, plastic sack with like 6 different drinks in it. Mountain Dew.
You never know what's in Ryan's plastic sack.
I'm like, I just have a buffet of drinks for whatever I just want to happen to taste at that moment during the 2 football games I was going to watch back to back.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them was this strawberry kombucha stuff because it was like supposed to offset the Mountain Dew I had also brought.
Okay.
You know, because
You
it's
say
maybe
so.
slightly a little bit healthier. I
That's
don't
not
know.
how health works,
I
by the
know.
way.
God damn it. Well, anyway.
You said that you had been drinking the night before.
Oh, and I've been drinking the night before,
Yeah.
so I didn't want to go crazy drinking that day too. Anyway, but then it was like halfway through the first game. We'd been there for hours, and then I realized someone was like, "Shouldn't you refrigerate that living
John did
kombucha
said that.
stuff?"
Kombucha?
And I'm like, "Oh shit, I probably should have." You know, so but
Do you have to?
I don't
think
know.
You have to.
okay, well
I
that's
think
good
you
to
probably
know.
want kombucha served cold, and it probably could go bad. But I don't think you have to keep it refrigerated if it's sealed. And
Okay.
over the span of a
Good to
couple
know.
hours, I don't think anything's going to happen.
I just don't
Did you
know.
buy it at a 7-Eleven?
I bought it at the Chevron.
Well, I don't know what's going on at the gas station or any of the gas stations, but I do know that we're going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with some Valentine's Day trivia.
Ooh.
Today's podcast is sponsored by ExpressVPN. Going online without ExpressVPN is like changing while leaving your window wide open. You might not have anything to hide, but why give random creeps a chance to invade your privacy? And the scary truth is that when you go online without using a VPN, internet service providers can see every single website that you visit. And they can legally sell that information to ad companies without telling you. Well, thankfully, ExpressVPN is a great solution for protecting your online privacy. Not only does it make it to where internet service providers can't see your online activity, but it's easy to use. Okay, all you have to do is fire up the app, click one button, and you can use it on all your devices, phones, laptops, even routers can be connected to ExpressVPN so that everyone who connects to your Wi-Fi can be protected. Secure your online activity by visiting expressvpn.com/funhouse today. That's expressvpn.com/funhouse. And you can get an extra 3 months for free. expressvpn.com/funhouse. Today's episode is sponsored by Honey, the easy way to save when shopping on your phone or computer. When I'm online shopping and I find a coupon code at checkout, I feel like a little kid opening gifts on their birthday. And thanks to Honey, manually searching for coupon codes is a thing of the past. In case you didn't already know, Honey is the free shopping tool that scours the internet for promo codes and applies the best one it finds to your cart. And it's so easy to use. Just imagine you're shopping on one of your favorite sites. When you check out, the little Honey button appears. All you have to do is click Apply Coupons, wait a few seconds. As Honey searches for coupons it can find for that site. And if Honey finds a working coupon, you'll watch the prices drop. I'm always finding deals on toys and treats for my dog, Arlen. A couple bucks here, a few dollars there. It's a delight every time, okay? Anyways, Honey doesn't just work on desktops. It works on your iPhone too. Just activate it on Safari on your phone and save on the go. If you don't already have Honey, you could be straight out missing out on money. And by getting it, you'll be doing yourself a solid and supporting this show. Get PayPal Honey for free at joinhoney.com/FHpod. That's joinhoney.com/FHpod. Welcome back to the Funhaus Podcast, the Valentine's Day prep podcast, prepping you for Valentine's Day. It's coming up. And I've prepared some Valentine's Day trivia.
All right.
It's Valentine's Day themed trivia. So you guys are going to play. We'll give you some points. You can play along at home as well. And it'll be fun.
Cool.
I got you notebooks with
Okay.
pens.
Thank you.
And it's only 12 questions.
Great.
12
Okay.
trivia questions, and then we'll score it. I'll figure out how the points are going to work, okay? So if you guys are ready. Also, Rick, if you want to play along too, I have a square.
You're going down,
Is
James.
that one of those things that you do to see your fortune?
No, it's
That's what I thought
it's
it
the
was.
note that you folded in like 8th grade, you know?
And then you kick it like football.
No, but you can, and I'm going to do it right now. Anyways, ready? So if you're listening at home, play along and see if you're smarter about love than these two. Okay.
Are these have objective answers?
They're historical questions, mostly.
Okay. Shit.
You don't know. I don't know. Not for example, this is actually the first question. Valentine's Day is on February 14th. What is the zodiac sign for someone born on this day?
Fuck me. All right.
I don't think that's in the zodiac.
Oh,
And you can let me know when you guys are both ready to move on.
I don't-
I'll give you a couple seconds. This is for everybody listening at home. You can play along too. Ready? Number 2. Who is the American gangster known for orchestrating the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? You guys got to know this.
Okay.
All right, ready? Number 3. Passing out Valentines is a 600-year-old tradition. The show, My 600-Pound Life, is a television show produced by which network?
Okay, that's a good question there.
All right.
Okay.
Ready? Okay, this star of the ensemble cast Valentine's Day stars opposite Richard Gere in which 90s rom-com?
Sorry, can you say that again?
It's a star, it's an actor or actress in the ensemble cast of Valentine's Day. They star opposite Richard Gere in which 90s rom-com?
So the answer is the other
name of the
movie.
actor.
It's the other movie.
Oh no, not the
The
name of
answer is the
actor.
other movie.
Oh,
The other movie?
yeah.
I thought you said the act.
Well,
This actor.
Name
It's like
the
a- it's
actor
like a-
and the movie.
It's like a double
Name the
question.
actor and the movie?
Name the actor in the movie, because the question is confusing myself, and I wrote it. I'm confusing me. Okay. Valentine's Day, the movie, the director is Gary Marshall.
Shit.
Gary Marshall
I knew
has
that.
a younger sister who is also an American actress, director, and producer, starring as one of 2 friends and roommates who work as bottle cappers in the fictitious Shots Brewery in which 70s sitcom?
So once again, do we just put the sitcom?
The
not,
sitcom. This
not
one's
the
just
actress.
a sitcom. Okay, but I can read the whole thing again unless you
No,
got it.
I
You
got
got
it.
Okay. It gets a little bit less convoluted, right? In classical mythology, Cupid is the god of desire, erotic love, attraction, and affection. What is the name of the Greek equivalent?
Oh, okay.
The Greek equivalent to Cupid.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get fucked in this.
Got it. I've been playing Hades.
Okay, number 7. The Cupid Shuffle is a song that spawned a popular line dance in 2007. You guys have heard of it, right? The Cupid Shuffle. Okay, well, you're going to get 3 points if you do the Macarena right now. I think you did it out of order.
He didn't go behind his head.
No, I went back and did behind my head after I had missed
I'll give
it
you
the
another
first time.
chance each. You go first. Okay, that's good. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Okay. You guys got it. 3 points for each of you.
Shit. So that was like getting no points.
That's true. Okay, number 8. In the Victorian era, mean-spirited Valentine's Day cards were called blank Valentines. Blank is also one of the ingredients in a popular potato chip flavor. That's a hint in the question for you.
Oh, I got
Okay,
it.
say that one more time.
In the Victorian era, mean-spirited Valentine's Day cards were called blank Valentines, where blank is also one of the ingredients in a popular potato chip flavor.
Got it.
Popular potato chip flavor. God damn it.
Number 9. What is Romeo's last name in Romeo and Juliet? Trivia. I need like trivia music. Okay. Number 10. Name 3 films starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan.
Oh hell yeah! Thank you very much.
Gotta name them.
Wait.
Da 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 trivia. Da 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 waiting on the trivia. Da 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 trivia.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What popular website debuted on Valentine's Day in 2005?
Shit.
What year? 2005?
2005. And then I have one more question for Valentine's Day trivia.
Okay.
The popular Sweethearts Valentine candies are also called this. What is the name that they are also called? People call them.
Well, repeat that again.
Sweethearts, the popular Sweethearts Valentine candies are also called what?
Okay.
Let me know when you guys are done, and then we will go through the answers, and you'll get probably 1 point each. But the one where there was 2 answers, I'll give you 2 points, maybe. How are you feeling? Confident that you
I feel
know?
very confident.
Very
in my
confident.
answers, yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's not hard trivia. It's just
No.
fun.
it's not that
pretty
hard, but I
straightforward.
feel less confident because of his confidence.
Yeah.
And then
Also, I wrote it with just Ryan in mind, and then I was like, actually, it might be fun to do.
Yeah.
some of these I should know better that I did not get. I'm not confident.
Okay, so I'll just go through, repeat the thing, and then I'll read the answers.
it.
Rick, did you end up writing down stuff too?
I wrote some, but then I
He
didn't
gave
know
up.
the
He
next.
didn't
Yeah,
get it.
I gave up.
Wait,
halfway.
I'm going to change my first answer.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay, got it.
you're gonna lose half a point for that.
God damn it.
Well, what if you lose by half a point?
Well,
Because you did that.
I'm going to be more mad if my answer I scratched out
Was
is the
right,
real
yeah.
answer.
Valentine's Day is on February 14th. What is the zodiac sign for someone born on this day? It is Aquarius.
Yep,
Okay.
I wrote
all
Virgo.
right. Well, I had
You wrote Virgo?
Yeah.
I had Libra, then I put Capricorn.
Okay, Rick?
I had Aquarius.
Yeah, he knows
I
because
don't know that
his birthday
shit.
is
It's the
close.
dawning of the age of Aquarius.
Number 2, who is the American gangster known for orchestrating the St. Valentine's Day massacre?
Al Capone.
I said Robert De Niro.
That's close.
Al Capone.
Al Capone.
All
You
right.
know, he played Al Capone.
Yeah, but you don't get that. Did you really put Robert De Niro? You did. What's wrong with you?
Number 3, passing out Valentines is a 600-year-old tradition. The show, My 600-Pound Life, is a television show produced by which network?
Fox?
I said TLC.
TLC.
It's TLC.
Fuck.
Come on.
I thought it was a
the Learning
network
Channel.
show. I
Learning
thought it was a
Channel that you learn
network
about
show.
stuff.
God damn it.
Okay, this is the confusing one. Sorry, it's confusing. This star of the ensemble cast Valentine's Day stars opposite Richard Gere in which 90s rom-com? I wrote parentheses too. Big mistake. Huge. It is.
Julia Roberts and Pretty Woman.
I said Chippy the Gerbil and Runaway Bride.
I realized his confidence was he was confident in his jokes. I'm gonna
Is that
win
which
this.
You got it.
Well, it is
What I said?
what you said.
Okay,
Did you
thank
write
you.
anything down?
Thank
I put
fuck.
Primal Fear, but
I
Primal
did forget.
Fear.
What year? I did forget.
so it wasn't Primal Fear.
Was Edward Norton?
Was
in
it Chippy the Gerbil?
No, Runaway Bride. It's 1999.
Well, wait.
I didn't realize that might confuse. You get 1 point because
Yes.
Runaway Bride is a movie.
But wait a minute. He put the gerbil.
Is it 2 point? You can get 2 points from that one question. I got one. I got half of it
Because
right.
it would have been Julia Roberts in Runaway Bride.
But-
That's also 1999.
Well, there's also
That was
so the
confusing.
Pretty Woman does count, right?
Yes, so you get 2 points.
So there's multiple answers that would have counted. For
that
this.
one, though, I didn't plan on counting because I didn't realize that it was also a movie that came out
Can
in the
I-
90s.
Just
Oh
for the
my
sake of it,
God.
I'll take the 1 point. Can I just give the point to Chippy the Gerbil though? Like it'll still work out. To
You know
the same
what?
number of
Whatever
points.
helps you sleep at night. However, if you are
I'm
listening,
not going to sleep tonight though if I
listen.
lose because of the Chippy the gerbil point.
Hang on a second. If you are at home and you also wrote Chippy the Gerbil and Runaway Bride, you do not get the benefit because he gets to choose where the point goes because he's my friend in real life.
Yeah.
So if you wrote that at home, you don't get it. You just get 1 point.
Bullshit.
However, yes, I will accept Julia Roberts and then also both Pretty Women and
Runaway Bride.
because
Okay.
Richard Gere, and he is fucking old. Also, I wrote down a fun fact about Pretty Woman, and I'll read that now. Did you know it's not Julia Roberts' body on the poster for that movie?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It's Shelley Michelle, who's Roberts' body double in the film, was the one striking the pose. And then they just put Julia Roberts' head on her body.
The whole movie though too.
The whole movie.
Wow,
Isn't that
great
crazy?
CGI.
They just keyframe the whole thing.
Okay, so this is another long-winded one. This was number 5. Valentine's Day director Gary Marshall has a younger sister who is also an American actress, director, and producer. Starred as one of 2 friends and roommates who work as bottle cappers in the fictitious Shots Brewery in which 70s sitcom?
I said Hassan Pfeffer Incorporated, aka Laverne and Shirley.
That's right.
Laverne and Shirley,
Is that what you
Penny
got?
Marshall.
You didn't. It is. It's Penny Marshall. And I also wrote down another fun fact, okay? When I was a preteen, I loved this show because Laverne
not
always
a
had the
fun
shirt with
fact.
the L on it. And I think I probably did get one once. It was probably like sold at Abercrombie. I had a shirt with the little L on it.
Oh, okay. I guess that's pretty fun.
Anyways, that's the fun fact for that. Okay, in classical mythology, Cupid is the god of desire, erotic love, attraction, and affection. What is the name of the Greek equivalent?
Aphrodite.
I had Sparta.
It's Eros.
Arrows.
Aphrodite? Not Aphrodite.
It's not Aphrodite. Are you sure?
It's not. Is that like a no?
She's goddess of love,
She is.
and she's always trying to bang me.
Aphrodite is the goddess of beauty and love, but not the equivalent of Cupid. Also, it's it's not.
It makes sense. Arrows.
Eros.
I don't think that's what it is.
sense to
I didn't
me.
know. I didn't know. Some people know weird shit about Greek mythology, so you never know.
EROS.
Eros. Yes. Okay. So number 7 was the Cupid Shuffle one, which you guys did the dance.
Did the
So
Macarena.
you each get 3 points. In the number 8 in the Victorian era, mean-spirited Valentine's Day cards were called blank Valentines.
Cool Ranch Valentines.
Yeah, I had barbecue.
I had vinegar.
It's vinegar. I feel like you were throwing. James threw this.
Dude, I
trivia
was
match.
throwing for that one. It's really vinegar.
We're pretty close.
We
I think
are
he's only
close.
got, like,
And I'm trying.
2 or
I'm
3
actually
points.
trying.
You're 2 points ahead, I think.
Number 9, what is Romeo's last name in Romeo and Juliet?
I said must die, a.k.a. Montague.
I had Capulet.
No, that's
No,
Juliet.
Fuck, I had a 50-50 shot.
I did write Montague.
50-50.
though.
Okay, you get the
Well,
point for that.
you did have Montague?
Yeah, I wrote must die, and then joke answer, serious
Oh,
answer.
oh,
That's
you're
how
allowed
you
to do
make that
that?
quiz interesting.
That's how. Yeah.
You make sure that your correct answer is written there as well.
I knew that I had, I knew Capulet was something.
Number 10 was name 3 films starring Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan. You get half a point for each film.
All right, let's say it at the same time.
Okay.
You've
She's
got mail.
Yeah, you've got mail.
Sleepless in Seattle.
And Romeo
Joe
Must
versus
Die.
the volcano. Is it Joe versus the volcano?
Yes.
Fuck.
You
yes.
get 1.5 points.
And I get
Okay.
a much easier to add up 1
1 point.
I'll take it.
Can't do
every
half point
I can
math.
need.
Okay, Romeo Must Die.
Okay, number 11. What popular website debuted on Valentine's Day in 2005?
I think I'm wrong, but I put thefacebook.com.
I say Google.
I didn't have it.
It's YouTube.
Fuck.
It's our home. Our
I should know
If
that.
Beloved
someone's
home?
watching this or listening to this anywhere else.
yeah. Or yeah, they're listening
Don't
to it.
isolate them.
I meant like the Funhaus home.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it's roosterteeth.com. Number 12, the final in the trivia, and thanks so much for playing, everybody.
Oh,
If you
this
want
has been
more
great.
trivia,
Happy
be
to
sure
be
to
here.
let us know. The popular Sweethearts Valentine candies are also called.
Garbage. Which I should get a point for.
That's true. That's
Nobody
accurate.
wants it.
Guess what? For that, you get half a point.
Bullshit.
Do math.
I put chalky hearts.
Chalky hearts.
Did you know,
You're talking about
Rick?
Yeah, are they sweet tarts?
No, they're called conversation hearts.
Ugh. No one's ever called them that.
All right, count up your points. What did you get? Let us
What?
know too at home what you got.
Wait, and
You didn't answer all of them, right? Rick didn't.
did you
answer
say
all
the
of them.
normal questions you get 2 for? Like Al Capone, I got 1 or 2 for.
Aquarius 1, Al Capone 1, TLC 1. Number 4, 2 points. If you got them both, you get 2 points. Number 5, Laverne and Shirley is 1. 6 is 1.
Okay.
You
all
get
right.
3 for number
The
7.
Macarena. All right.
1 for number 8, which neither of you got.
Ryan, I think you got 9.5 points.
No, hold on. 5, 6, 7. I got 8.5.
Did you?
I think I did.
1. Oh, right, yeah. I got 8.5 points as well.
Yeah, it's a tie.
Yeah.
It's a tie.
It's a tie, so that means you have to do a one
That's what I have,
tiebreaker, sudden
I'm
death.
fine with the tie.
Well,
Either want a win or a loss.
that is all the trivia that I had. So
well.
All right, well,
No,
okay.
that's fine. Good game.
thanks for playing.
I didn't think I should have. I didn't think until later that I should write my serious answers in parentheses because then I probably would have won without.
Yeah,
but
right. Well, I would have had way funnier joke answers, if I
If you had
had
written them
if I'd
or
written
thought of them at the time.
Yeah, exactly. Just give me a while.
Well, that's some Valentine's Day trivia.
That was
So
great.
thanks.
Loved
Thanks for being here, James. We have one more special guest who's going to come and give us some advice.
Okay, I'll leave this here for them then.
You can, yeah.
All right.
Thank
See ya.
See you
Thanks for
same
coming.
time
Happy
next
Valentine's
week.
Day. Hope you all get laid. If that's what you're into.
And now we're going to hear a quick word from another one of our sponsors.
Are you ready for the biggest Sunday in sports?
Yeah.
Jeez. DraftKings Sportsbook, then, an official sports betting partner of Super Bowl 57, has all the Super Bowl action you'll need. New customers can bet just $5 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Dang. Plus, all customers can get in on the Super Bowl 57 excitement with DraftKings Happy Hour Super Boosts. Check the DraftKings Sportsbook app every day between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time or 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific to see what prop bets will be boosted. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code FUNHOUSE. New customers can bet $5 on Super Bowl 57 and get $200 in free bets instantly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook with code FUNHOUSE. Minimum age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void in Ohio.
Okay, and we're back. Thanks for playing Love Valentine's Day Trivia. We have one more segment on today's podcast. I brought in a special guest to help solve the love crises of some of our viewers. Okay,
Yeah, I can see them off screen. They're freaking me out.
No, it's going to be fine. Everybody, welcome Cupid.
Holy shit. Hey, Cupid.
It's
Welcome to
Cupid.
the Love Pod. What the hell is that supposed to be? You flapping your wings?
Yeah, it's an old boy reference.
For the audio listeners out there, Cupid a half-naked Cupid just walked in flapping his wings.
You got your little bow.
I'm fully clothed. This is how I always go about.
Oh.
So Cupid is here to give some advice for some of our looking for love, stuck in a relationship rut, need dating advice. I put that post out on YouTube, and people are looking for advice. So I'm glad that
From
Cupid
us?
No,
Why?
from Cupid, from our
good.
special
From
guest.
Cupid.
And it may be good, maybe bad, maybe don't follow it. Use your discretion.
Disgusting, Cupid.
I'll turn this way so that my wings are visible.
So I have 3 right now, right off the bat, about Ryan, and I'm hoping that you can help weigh in on this. Okay, Cupid?
Tell
Okay.
Cupid to stop staring at me, Lindsay.
This one comes from Liz. They say, "What if my exact type of man is Ryan?" A joke, but
What?
also a real concern of mine. Do you have advice for them?
Yes, Elizabeth. My advice is so your ideal man is Ryan. Sounds great.
Me
Sounds
too.
perfect.
Yeah, you have nothing to
Good
change.
advice, good advice.
Your
yeah,
life will be full of adventure.
You have great taste. Your priorities are straight.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how well balanced you are. A wrench will be thrown in, and that's what you need. Love is exciting, and living and loving Ryan, it will be very exciting.
Wow, Cupid, that was great advice. Ugh.
Careful. Another, advice request comes from Allison, and they say, "I've had 2 separate dreams where I've fallen in love with Ryan. These were
Awesome.
not sexual dreams, only
Dang it.
very vivid, romantic, and intimate. Dreams like this are not common for me at all. What does this say about me and my love life?"
Quick question. Did you consume a large amount of cheese before you went to bed?
Chugged some milk, probably.
Yeah. Let's see. Another love interest in Ryan. I'd say wonderful.
A dream interest. They're specifically
Yes.
having dreams about me.
Yes.
I'm watching a lot of Funhouse.
If that's what you're dreaming about, I feel sorry for what your real life is.
What the fuck does that mean, Cupid?
Don't worry about it.
He's flapping his little wings, audio listeners, in a
Okay.
smug way.
Great. Cupid, more advice
Hit
requests.
me.
Jeb Blotton says, "It's been 10 years since I've last dated. Any advice will do for a 30-year-old.
Due dated?
That's what they wrote.
Like have a baby?
No, D-O and then dated.
Oh, last dated. Okay.
I think
Yes.
that's what that meant. I just was reading it. I didn't
Let's
want to
see.
misconstrue.
Good advice. Well, it's been 10 years, so you know that the next date you go on will be the one. It doesn't matter what your jive is, just go with it and love them, and you will be with them forever. And ignore all red flags because it's been 10 years. You got to get going with it.
But what if they go on their first date and they don't feel like it's the one? You're saying it no matter who that person
It
is.
the one. I am Cupid.
Cupid. He's Cupid. He knows.
Fuck! Every time I flick it, it snaps me in the wrist.
Another advice request from Broman. How do you know when you found a good connection? Cupid?
I feel like I've made one right now.
Cupid, for our audio listeners, Cupid's staring right at me with a longing look in his eyes.
How do you know that it's the one, was the question.
Yeah, how do you know that you found a connection?
Well, there's a lot of rhetoric out there, a lot of false information about red flags. But guess what? Red is the color of love.
That's true, I think. Is it pink or is it red?
It's red, like a heart, pumping blood.
There's quite a few people who are asking for advice for a recent breakup or how to move on. So what would you say to those, Cupid?
Get out there and lay some pipe. The best way to get over a romantic encounter is through dozens and dozens of meaningless hookups.
The best way to get over an ex is to get under the covers.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And into the pink.
Oh.
Or the stink. This is Cupid. Ew, ow.
So says Cupid.
Hit me.
There's one comment just from somebody that said, some are taking this too seriously. Yeah, I don't know if you want real advice, by the way. This one's actually for Ryan, so if you don't mind, I can ask a question to Ryan.
All right. Question for Ryan.
Big Sexy says, Ryan, how do I meet women?
How do you, Big Sexy, meet women?
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like by your name, you have it under control.
They might be accommodated. Or no, what?
Well, it depends. Everyone, different strokes for different folks. Are you in a city? Are you in a rural part of America or the world?
Posted this weeks ago. They cannot respond to your
I'm just saying.
inquiries.
In a city, I think it's easier. You can go out to concerts and bars and stuff. One thing, at least here in LA, every college in America has like a meetup or whatever, so you can go, University of Texas's alumni meeting, if you went to college, that's a way,
Take it
There's
from
just
Ryan. A 35-year-old man should be going to college meetups.
That's not what I mean. I mean, there's alumni that are all ages.
Oh, right.
That's what I'm saying, you fucker. There's just lots of things out there to meet people in real life if you can, the internet, while is very convenient, I think it's depressing sometimes to meet people there,
Can I chime in?
Although I've done it
Please,
a fair
Cupid,
amount.
yeah.
What I'd say is go to bars, like Ryan said, and find the regulars. Find the ones that are there every single night, drinking until they are blackout drunk, because you know that they're dedicated.
Cupid.
I'm not saying hook up with them when they're blackout. I'm saying find the alcoholics, because they know how to stick to it.
They're dead. They have a focus because of
that you
is on
can
alcohol.
redirect the focus to your love, to
Oh
you.
my God. Take whatever Cupid has told you this podcast and do the opposite, and you might fare well out there.
I'm the god of love. I'm a fucking god, you son of a bitch.
I thought we were in
Well,
love.
we'll give a few more pieces of advice. This one's actually from.
Well, back to that person. I agree.
you have
It's
more to
hard.
say?
I just want to
You had to wrap up.
sympathize with him that it's hard to meet people in 2023. I feel like,
Not
but it's
true.
also easy to meet people. But
Convenient.
it's still just meeting people
Yes.
in general is hard as
And
a human being.
persistence. Persistence is what it's about. Ask someone out. If they say no, say, I respect that. The next day, ask them out again. Round 2. Think of it as a bout. A fighting match. Never give up. Pester, pester, pester.
Okay, here's one of our members. They asked a question. They said, I like this lady, but she obviously likes me a million times more than I like her. Do I stick around and wait to see if I end up liking her more, or do I cut ties now?
I feel like if you know this already in the comments, you should probably, unfortunately, cut the ties.
You think that you can handle if a woman liked you too much?
Well, it sounds like they know for sure that that's the case. It's not like they're on the, I don't know, maybe.
Well,
did you
they're asking if they should cut ties or to see if they themselves end up liking this person more and more.
Right, and I'm saying that the fact that they are, sitting down at their computer typing out, like, I don't know, it sounds
I
like
guess,
either
maybe so.
they're maybe on the edge in their mind, but they really, in their heart of hearts, know
No.
it's not going to work out.
I couldn't disagree more.
Okay,
Lindsay.
Cupid, that's why we have you on the pod.
Yeah, that's
I'm
why
glad
You
you're
you're
need
here.
to dive in. Go full hog on that ass. The heart. The ass of the heart, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Full
Right,
hog.
of course.
A heart is shaped like a butt.
Yes, it is.
Well, I was looking at the
Oh,
hearts
yeah,
that I
okay.
drew on the whiteboard, but it's
Ow,
fine.
your wings are sharp.
They're real feathers. My back is in very, very much pain.
We'll give a few more pieces of advice here. Oh, this one's sad. Somebody
with
just
it.
says, "How do I find someone to date when I'm average looking and poor? They don't get many matches on Tinder. Get rich?
No.
Oh, sorry.
How would you do it?
I guess
Cupid?
yeah. I'm not Cupid. I'm not Cupid. Don't listen to me.
That's not an option, Lindsay.
Cupid?
First of all, lower your standards. Second of all, if you can get pictures, newer pictures, better lit, and with you surrounded by women, then you will see much more disarming. If all of your photos are you selfieing in your bathroom, you ain't gonna get a lot of matches, I tell you.
Yeah, you're probably right. I would say make a funny profile. Those,
What if they're not funny?
well, that's a problem. If you're average looking and don't have any money and not funny, you're really fucked. Like
Yeah.
like you have to make some sort of
Right.
compromise here. Work
I
on
say-
one of those categories.
Buy a cat.
That's right. Cat will love you back, maybe.
Buy a dog.
Here's another question from a member. Any tips for spicing things up in the bedroom? Pepper emoji. I just had to. There, they put it, so I wanted to read it.
Cupid.
Cupid?
We need your
Oh, yeah.
help
The
here.
god of love and whatever bullshit.
2 words, butt stuff.
Okay, I knew that was coming.
Also, food. Food. Bring food
No,
into the bedroom.
don't do that.
Mustard.
Mukbang banging.
Yes.
Mukbang banging.
Mini liquids,
Muck-
fluids.
mukbangin'.
Cover yourself.
Okay, thank you, Cupid.
I would like to bring it back. Ryan agreed with me on the last question, and
On what?
I think it means he agrees with me on everything I've said thus far.
Oh.
That is not true for our audio listeners and video listeners.
I'm trying to find one more here to give some love
Well,
advice
you got to answer
to.
that too, Lindsay.
What?
You can't just leave us high and dry. How do you spice it up in the bedroom?
Therapy.
Okay.
You
Hot.
know.
Bring the therapist as a third. I get it.
And role play.
Yeah, I'm your therapist. Tell me what's wrong with you. That question is too involved. I'm reading through the questions right now. There's nothing like I'm just gonna end it on a random one.
Okay.
I've been talking to someone long distance and was wondering if y'all had any advice on moving the relationship forward despite the distance.
So I guess, well, for one, when's the end date? Or, I feel like for a long distance thing, there's got to be a goal in mind when we're not going to be
Yeah.
so distancey.
The first comment replied, 'cause some of these have replies because other people felt like I can answer this.
Uh-huh.
They're playing Cupid.
We don't know what
They
we're
are playing
talking
Cupid. They said you're wasting your time.
about.
Cupid, what advice do you have? And then I could actually give you a real answer.
What?
I mean, my real answers.
Yes,
That's all I meant.
yes,
Sorry,
yes.
Cupid.
Long distance, it's meaningless. It's a waste. Out of sight, out of mind. I say, you can continue to be with them, but whenever they are not around, just act single and do whatever you like. And that's how to keep it going.
Okay.
Lindsay, is that good advice?
My advice was just going to be, piggybacking off of what you said about you have to have the timeline. You have to have the goal, the deadline set of at this date, you will be here or I will be there. You have to make that plan. Otherwise, no, you are wasting your time
Yeah.
because it's just going to stress you out.
Yeah.
So we
And
all
they better be the
agree.
one.
We all agree. Act as if you are single. Thank you, Cupid, for answering some of our fans' love conundrums. Do you have any
Indubitably.
final closing words for Valentine's Day, this upcoming Valentine's Day?
Don't use a condom.
Okay, well, speaking of this upcoming Valentine's Day, you guys all need to make sure to tune in to our Funhouse Show the Love Marathon Subathon live stream.
Live stream.
Okay,
You know who may be making an appearance.
is Cupid.
This motherfucker.
It is on Tuesday, February 14th. We're going to kick things off at 1 p.m. We are going to have
Pacific?
1 p.m. Pacific time.
Specific.
Pacific.
Gee, show
and
me some Coke.
I got a baggie in my bag. That's a joke. So yeah, we are going to be live streaming February 14th, 1 p.m. Pacific. We're going until 9 p.m. I'm going to give you some more details about it. We are going to have unique segments. We're going to have gameplays. We're going to have sub goals. We're going to have like new things that members can unlock. You can gift memberships. You can get memberships. At certain points when we hit different amounts of memberships, we're going to, do crazy things. Like what's one of the things that, not crazy. Don't be crazy. What's something that's going to happen?
When we reach 400,000
No, there's no specific numbers.
members,
Mm-hmm.
I will go on stream fully nude.
Oh, no.
Without a condom.
400,000 members, fully nude, John Smith. Full
Wait,
frontal.
John Smith or Cupid?
Both.
I was just going to read to you what the Twitter post says because
Make it happen, people.
400,000 members. Whew. Yeah, that's fine.
doable.
Come
Doable.
show us some love. Join our Valentine's Day subathon. I already said the time and date like 3 times already. So games, stretch goals, and more. Might have some special guests. It's broken. It keeps falling. Anything else that you want to say about the stream or about love or about anything?
Have fun out there, lovebirds. And if you haven't found the one yet, it's okay. They're out there looking for you,
Yeah.
too. No?
As the god of love, I can tell you, not everyone will find happiness
Fuck.
or love.
All right, never mind. Scratch that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just trying to
I'm
make people
very
feel better out
selective.
there. I'm just trying to make people
Very
feel
selective.
better.
But you will find love on this Valentine's Day when you watch our live stream. YouTube.com/funhouse. That's where we'll be streaming.
Neckbeards and neats, gather February 14th.
And the heartbroken. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. If you want more trivia, by the way, let me know because I liked that.
I liked it, too.
Personally.
I wish I'd won, but I did like it.
Well, that's just how you feel about
I
life.
did tie
so.
for first place, but that's not good enough for me.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
We love you.
See you Tuesday.